Ready?
Whenever you are ready.
Go.
Okay. I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. By show of hands, how many people know exactly what I'm talking about when I say that?
Yeah.
That's right. Like every one of you, I secretly harbor a dream of being a Pokemon master. And as someone who's been playing the game since 1996, not continuously, just on and off, I know a few things about raising an effective team of Pokemon. And today I want to share that information with you by teaching you the three key parts of effective team, by teaching you the three key parts of effective team construction: choosing the right Pokemon to use, forming effective strategies, and raising your new friends to be champions. Let's start at the beginning. Choosing the right Pokemon for your team can be a daunting task. With almost 500 monsters to choose from, paring it down to just 6 can be a little challenging. The important thing to remember is to choose Pokemon that you like. Smogon.com, the go-to competitive Pokemon battling website, places just about 50 Pokemon into an overused category, meaning that just about every good team will use them. By choosing Pokemon that you like, you not only separate yourself from the crowd, but you gain a bit deeper personal connection to your fighters because you chose them. I chose these 6 last time I played. The other thing to consider is team balance. Each Pokemon has one or more types, such as fire, water, or psychic, and each of these types has specific weaknesses. By choosing an assortment of types, you minimize your weaknesses and put yourself in a better position defensively. For example, these 3 Pokemon, while all looking very tough, share a similar weakness to ground-type attacks. And putting them all on the same team would put you at a huge disadvantage. By switching out these 2, you now have a team that shares no weaknesses and is much more balanced. After you've chosen your fighters, the next step is forming your strategy for battle, which means tweaking your Pokemon's attacks, abilities, and equipment. Again, this task can be somewhat overwhelming. All Pokemon have at least one ability, just about 50 attacks they can learn, and a pool of hundreds of items they can equip. So, the easiest way to narrow down your choices is to decide what kind of fighter you want your Pokemon to be, and tailor all the other attributes to fit that purpose. For example, let's look at one of my favorites, Electivire. Now, at the bottom you can see I've pulled up his stats from Cerebi.com. What's the first thing that jumps out at you? Anyone just shout it out?
Attack.
That's right. He's got a very high attack. So we want to set him up to be an offensive type Pokemon, and I did it like this. We utilized 4 different diverse attacks to give him a wide range of opponents he can hit. Where am I? This is embarrassing. There it is, okay. Giving him a wide range of attacks to vary the opponents he can hit. His motor drive ability will make him quicker, and the expert belt makes his strong attacks even stronger. In this way, we've set up Electivire so that he's even better at the things he's already good at. Now, not every Pokemon is going to be offensive like him. Some are better set up for defense or support roles, and you'd want to set them up similarly. Give them attacks, abilities, and items that complement the things they're already good at, and help cover for their weaknesses. Now, with your team strategy selected, the only thing left to do is the actual nuts and bolts of raising your team. The easiest way to do this is to just fight a lot of battles. Every battle that you win will make your team stronger. But for the trainer that's a little more dedicated, there is a somewhat more complicated mechanic. It's actually pretty complicated for a children's game, where you can control your Pokemon's growth by determining or by choosing specific Pokemon to fight. This short list from the Pokemon Wikipedia website, Bulbapedia, gives examples of which Pokemon you'll need to battle in order to increase a particular statistic. If you're slow, find some Raticates to knock around. If your punches lack pizzazz, fight a few Seakings. And if you crumple under the slightest magical attack, get some practice with Umbreon. By being selective with your battles, you can make sure your Pokemon get boosts where they need them and have the stats they need to make your strategy effective. Once you've raised your team nice and strong, you're ready to take on the world. By following these 3 steps of balanced team making, smart strategizing, and specialized training, you can raise a group of fuzzy little critters that'll be the envy of trainers worldwide. And while many people our age have abandoned Pokemon long ago, there is still a thrill to be had from raising a winning team following them to the top, and finally being the very best, like no one ever was. Thank you.